Hello, hello. We are here with Terra Nullius, episode 67. I gotta say, it's been weird because I've been listening to Terra Nullius nonstop for for a while now, but like more intense since I got to like season 3 and 4. I've just like constantly had it on in my brain. And so it feels weird to be on the other end of this, to be actually on a session of Terra Nullius. So here we are, doing the thing that we've done 67 plus other times, including side stories. And gotta say, guys, I'm pretty excited to wrap Terra Nullius up. Not because I want it to end, but because I want the ending to be awesome, and I'm excited to get to it. So we're here with episode 67 of Terra Nullius, and we are ready to delve some dungeons, fight some dragons, do the things you do in Dungeons & Dragons. Let me just double check my notes here.
And date some carbon.
What?
What?
I
I thought you were gonna say date some dragons, and so when you said carbon, I'm like,
No, that would be
Wait.
Monster Hearts.
Well, see, that was my original
Coming
thought.
weeks, look forward to our new content on Monster.
Oh boy. I don't know. I'm trying not to think about that. The monster I've created. So, the
And
thing
your monster apparently has a heart. So.
the question I had was, I looked at my notes today and I was like, it still says March 1st, 1493. What day is it in Terra Nullius?
Okay. Let me.
It's been a while.
Let me.
Because I don't think we.
Okay. I know, but I've been keeping track of the dates.
Oh, have you?
this is Emily we're talking about.
Right, but okay, continue.
Are you doubting me?
No, I'm not doubting you, Emily.
I have it down that today, when we made it to Zanzotl,
Mm-hmm.
it is March 7th,
Okay.
based on me tracking the days progressions.
Right. Okay, so then let's map this out then briefly.
Skip
we
ahead
got-
4 days, and then we'll be, for the second time in Terra Nullius history, be playing on the day that we're playing.
No, it's gonna be more than that, right? We're gonna have to skip forward. But because you guys are going from here. Wait, you guys are not on the map. You guys are going from here all the way to here. No, that's Arendira. No. Sorry, here. No, wait, you guys are here.
Yeah.
I got confused. Okay, okay. So you're going from here. I mean, it's still a distance.
Yeah, but like a 4
I
day
can
distance,
go the distance.
Right.
I don't-
Oh, you guys are going down the river. Oh, didn't we say that you found a tabaxi village that let you have a boat or something?
Yeah,
That sounds like a
because
thing.
he rolled like a crit success on persuasion, right?
There you go.
Something like that.
So let's assume 2 hexes a day.
I don't know.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it takes you wow. Holy crap, it's 4 days exactly, which means it is the 11th.
It's the end of the day on the 11th when we get there.
True. Yeah, but
This is the end of the day on the 11th.
but yeah, exactly. There you go.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Congrats.
Cheers
Second
to
time.
that.
March
Second
11th,
time in
guys.
Terra Nullius history,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I remember.
March 11th.
Jordan, it legitimately looks like you have anime hair. It's amazing.
I know. I'm actually like thinking, I could probably do this as a hairstyle if I wanted
You
to.
probably could. You could pull it off.
Not
Now
sure
then
you
you'd be the
should.
ultimate senpai.
What? What'd you
Like
say?
Jordan you would be the ultimate senpai.
Doesn't
Jordan
that make
already
me-
has like senpai energy, but
Mm.
like now like even more so.
Then all of us would be really, really wanting him to notice us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I always notice you guys.
thanks.
It's the
Thanks, senpai.
senpai who
Thanks,
never gets
senpai.
noticed.
Oh, my.
Arigato senpai.
Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu.
What is it? Okay, it's senpai and what's the
Cosine pie.
All right, we're done. Continue
Okay,
on.
anyway.
March 11th.
Hold on. No, I've got to find this out now. I'm going to go ask my Japanese roommate.
All right, well, while you do that, we're going to play Terra Nullius. So
You do that.
here we are. March 11th, 1493. Man, I thought it was longer than that, but I guess not.
Not according to my calculations.
Yeah. So Let's double check a few things here.
Ignore the anime here. If for senpai is teacher, right?
No, senpai is like
Isn't it like older peer?
Older student.
Yeah.
Sensei
Yeah.
is teacher.
Okay.
Sensei.
Sensei is teacher.
Yes.
Senpai is older student.
Yes, senior.
What? So what would younger be?
Kohai.
Kohai.
Yes.
Kohai. You'd all be my kohai. There we go.
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
Here we are.
No,
Terra
that's
Nullius.
settled.
Only an hour and a half late.
Only an hour late.
Hour.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose we've been starting at the 30-minute mark. Okay, so we show up. You show up in NELQUI'S city.
Are we gonna go through goals?
Yes. You'd think me listening to Terra Nullius all week, I would have remembered that, but no.
No,
All right.
I just kind of assumed like everybody was keeping the same goals like I do.
That's true. You have had the
Don't need
same
to
goals
go
for a
over
while now.
I mean, I have the same goals too, but
All right, let's go through goals. Atabai, what do you got?
I don't know, snails. Get another group of tabaxi to join me.
Mhm.
Get Teppan out of my ring. And get the 7 serpents on our side.
Cool. Raya.
Kill Mazio, gather allies, protect the party.
Cool. Ari.
protect those I love. I believe Miguel and I belong together. I will find a way to be with him. Figure out how to
be with Mickey. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's the same goal. I just reworded it to make it sound like a burning wheel goal.
I was about to say such a burning wheel
because I've been listening to Burning Wheel.
Nice.
Okay, figure out how to transform into a dragon. I will learn more about the god I touched.
Nice. Darius.
Number 1, bring Toity back to life. Number 2, kill him again.
Ooh, that reminds me though. I was listening to random songs to just kind of see if I could add some more in my Terra Nullius soundtrack, and I found a good song for Toity that I'm gonna send later. That's very sad, and it reminds me of Toity. So, continue.
So you just want to bring us all down with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's funny because the name of the song is Down.
Oh my gosh. By who?
Anberlin.
System of the Down, of course.
It's Anberlin. You call me on
okay.
the way down. Good.
Nice. No. Number 1, just discover how to jump between cycles. Did I complete that?
No. I have a thing for that today. Don't change it.
Okay. Because for some reason I thought that we had.
No. So you need to reward that to perfect how to jump between cycles. You figured it out, but you haven't actually tried it yet. But you figured out like how you can do it and have a pretty. And I don't remember exactly the reason why you know this will work, but you are pretty confident it will work. But then you need to learn how to perfect how to jump between cycles.
Okay. So should I set the counter to 1 for that or 0?
It's 0 now because it's a different goal. Yeah, so it's perfect.
Okay. Okay, perfect how to jump between cycles.
Mhm.
2, find alternative way to power temperance.
Yep.
And 3, tee-hee-hee.
Secret goal. Cool.
Secret goal with my super secret hairstyle.
All
Not
right.
very secret. We can all see it.
But the technique is ancient and secret.
Okay, so you guys are going down the river in this canoe, right? Bless you, whoever that was.
That would be my roommates.
Okay, that makes sense.
One of them, at least.
So, and you guys have obviously been going down the river for about 4 days now. So question, Atabai, are Tabaxi with you, or did you just take a boat? Because, I mean, if you just took a boat...
ask them to come?
I don't know, it's up to you. Just depends on if you want, like, Tabaxi guides, or if you just want to row down the river by
Sure,
yourselves.
let's have meat shields.
Okay. Two random Tabaxi are coming along with you. They will not be important at all, but they're
What are they named?
No, I'm not gonna name them, Seth. I don't care.
But I want to know their names.
Nope. You can make up their names if you want to.
Kevin and Schmoopy.
That's what you call them anyway. So you guys go down the river and you make it in sight of Arendira City, right? So you see a
NELQUI'S?
oh my gosh, I have season 4 on the brain right now. Goodness gracious. NELQUI'S City. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little frazzled today. I need to like get my brain into the proper headspace. Season 6, Terra Nullius. You went to Zanzano, you go to NELQUI'S. Okay, cool. You get inside of NELQUI'S City. Honestly, it's like you get to it reminds you a lot of what's his face? Tapayaxi's kind of situation, right? There's a giant gate across the river. It seems like a lot of the cities, and you recognize the same sort of architecture from Arendira City too, right? So you're obviously under the impression that all of the like Seven Serpent cities were built to look like each other at the start. Now the difference, obviously, there are differences, and obviously the style of each seventh serpent are obviously aesthetically different. In no different here, but the main thing here is, as I, have said before with NELQUI'S, grossness, right? Disgustingness. And it takes the shape of one being ruined, right? So you first see like this giant gate across the river. There is no real gate. It's just an archway that's since been worn to time. And it's covered in like gross fungi and moss and whatever else. This is like, swamp sort of stuff going on here. And you kind of pass that gate and you get to, the bend in the river that holds Arendira City. And I think...
Arendira City?
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me today? NELQUI'S City. Oh, I'm tired, guys. Thanks,
Caleb. I don't want to spoil it for you, but Arendira's dead and her city's gone.
She's dead so long ago.
What?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Spoiler alert, Jordan.
Come on, Caleb. You're a GM. You can do this. Okay. So you get within sight of the city, and basically what happens is you get to, like, what I guess constitutes the entrance, right? It's the, there's like a series of docks that, and like the city is, so you're going on the river, and on the left, right, that's where the city is, and you stop at what would be a dock, and what is actually true about this city is that there are a bunch of interconnecting rivers and swampish sort of things. It's honestly kind of like a Venice sort of situation, where the roads of the city are a lot of them are just canals more than anything. It's not maybe quite as intense as Venice, but when you get to the docks where you would kind of like go in, and no one has stopped you yet, right? No one has interfered with your presence whatsoever. You've just been going on the river. You finally get to this point and you see a place to dock, and then from there there's no way to get. You'd have to like portage or whatever. You have to go across land to actually get to the other canals that are like part of the city. So you have to like stop here at the very least, and then go on from there. Unless you just like teleport or fly yourselves, which I guess you can do and are certainly able to do so. But you get to this dock at the very least, and you see you are greeted by several Yuan-Ti purebloods, right? So this is the lowest type of Yuan-Ti. They're almost human, right? They have snakish qualities about them, but their bodies are more or less intact. And they're all wearing like hooded robes and dark attire. Some of them, it looks like they have like various plant or fungi growth on them. Like some of them have been sitting around for a while and have let things grow on top of them. Not exactly sure how that works, but they're standing there and they are, waiting for you to like come talk to them. This is obviously like the customs office or whatever it is, but it's literally just like a rickety dock on a bunch of people standing around waiting for you. And then beyond, there's like the ruined city. But yeah, you pull up. What do you do? We're quick. I guess Buck is human form right now, I'd assume.
Yeah, probably.
And then I'm just trying to remember who else is in. I think it's just Buck in your party at this point, right? besides the tabaxi.
Yeah.
Whoa. Cool. Yeah. What do you do?
Find a pen that isn't dead.
It's fair.
I'm sorry, I was not listening to half of that because some kids are for my forensics team did just sent me their video for nat quals. So we're not being stopped. There's a bunch
we're
of
at
blood.
NELQUI'S gate, and there's 2 gross snake.
Well, there's several. I if I said two, yeah.
A couple gross snake people who are like the immigration office. Is that what you were saying?
Sort of, yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Can we go? He was just to say, hey, can we go in, please?
I mean, would we have to send Autobuy to speak?
Right.
Their
I was gonna say, I'm
just a reminder.
Autobuy, go.
Yeah, the legit situation is not like you have to talk with them and then you can move on in your boat. It's that you can't actually get into the city, because the river just doesn't connect, right? You have to either it's not that much of a land. You could legitimately pick up your canoes, walk over, and just set them down in the next part of the river or whatever, right? But you can't actually get into Arendira City unless you go on this piece of land.
Arendira?
Why do I keep saying that? The city. I'm just gonna call it the city. The city. It's the city.
Whose city?
The city. It's just a city. No one owns it. It's just a city.
You'll say it on your own.
Sorry.
I don't know why Seb's saying that. It's funny to me. Ugh.
Continue.
Okay, we send Autobuy over to, I guess, make sure that they're not gonna get the scoop. Autobuy, go talk to them.
So we would probably discuss
Get
what
the
we want to
scoop
say to them
clean up their
first,
mess,
right?
'cause they're
No, I'm the
gross.
cat.
Yeah,
I'm
but they're the
cat.
but they're gross.
So they look like my litter box.
Can the title of this episode be
Autobuy's litter box.
Autobuy's litter box?
We'll
I was
see.
gonna say Autobuy, but I'm like, wait, no, is that even
Can
right?
it be called
It's Autobuy.
Arendira's ? City?
Arendira's litter box.
No.
Because she's dead.
Um,
So
okay.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, so Atabai would probably just look to them. Should we just go out and say we see what's this name? Nelqui?
Yep, Nelqui. Not Arendira.
Uh,
Arendira is dead.
Are you sure?
Yes. I listened to her die.
if he's sure, then we are sure. If he didn't say anything right there, I would be worried. I'm not gonna lie. What's the word I'm looking for? We seek. Oh, counsel? Is that the right word?
An audience.
Yes, that's it. So, Atabai would just realize that the token that has all of us on there has Toity on it.
Mm-hmm.
Teppan would just say he kind of stand up straight, turn to them and say in primordial, no, we seek an audience with Nelqui.
Yeah,
We have we have news with which she would take great interest.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so one of them
Big
is
enough.
looking at you and seems to be paying attention to you, but then just doesn't say anything. Some of them are sitting down, some of them are just standing there. But yeah, there's one guy who's just looking at you attentively, and then he doesn't say anything. He just doesn't respond.
I know what to do.
Can I? I'm
Darius
worried
just
when
eats him.
I'm worried when the tank is saying, "I know what to do."
Now wait, now Nelqui, she's the slothful one, correct?
Mhm.
So these UNT, so they wouldn't mind if we just prance right in, probably.
Possibly, you don't know
Can I run an insight check to see what's going on?
Yeah, good insight.
There's insight. Okay. 17.
It honestly, like they didn't pay attention. Like, they're slow or they're not some magic. I don't know. Like, there's a number of like particular things that could be true, and most of them might be magical. But like, Atabai knows that like it's like these guys are on like a bad trip or something, right? Like they're just kind of like staring off into nothingness.
Look, you just need to let one rip. That'll get their attention.
Jordan knows.
Am I wrong?
I don't know, Jordan.
Well, if the DM doesn't know, then we're all doomed.
Well, let's see. I don't know what cats are alert. What? Never mind.
Allergic. Like if they're lactose intolerant.
That would make one rip.
Cat-tose intolerant.
Does Atabai like pause at all or hesitate himself?
Pause.
He would probably.
Oh my goodness! This episode is going nowhere fast.
He would say it. He'd be kind of like look, see, like they seem to be a bit slow over here.
And then I think one of them says, "Meow," like exactly like that.
In
Wait,
primordial, or
Yeah,
like
in primordial, whatever the onomatopoeia for meowing in primordial is. Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I'm gonna guess that the onomatopoeia for primordial is probably the same onomatopoeia for every other language.
not the
No, because
case. Always.
that's not actually the case. Different languages have different onomatopoeias for various sounds.
Yeah.
Specifically animal sounds, especially.
Bizarre.
This does make Raya think fondly back to her drug days.
Right.
She does have some drugs left in her bag.
Yeah.
But I mean, they don't seem to be doing anything. Let's just see if we can go in, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody okay with that plan?
Yeah. Try. So we just try to walk past them.
So as soon as you guys take any step forward, all of them immediately come to attention. Like almost as if there was a like legit, probably magical effect happening where as soon as you guys come into a certain range, they like come out of it. And as soon as you do,
It's a proximity high.
Yeah, there you go. As soon as you do, one of them like who was looking at you and maybe is hallucinating some giant cat or something, right? Like realizes what he's looking at and then says, "Huh, a tabaxi. Oh, interesting. All sorts of interesting individuals. All right, line up, everyone, please. Single file."
What?
Yep, that's what they say. And they start kind of like, looking official. Some of them brush off some of like the random like fungi and moss that's like been clinging onto them.
Pizza,
Yeah, exactly.
got
Ari's just gonna like
brownies.
fold her arms and be like, "I am lining up."
Darius just like lines up behind Ari.
That's
I
funny.
mean, it would be to the side of me because that's what but
Well, yeah. So
Well,
is it,
do
like,
they want
behind or
single
is it-
file
they
this
mean
way or
they
this
mean
way?
they
didn't
definitely mean. Actually, I don't know if you know what they mean. Yeah, who knows?
I mean diagonal.
that'd be pretty funny if Darius did go behind me though. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, Ari's just like folding her arms, just like looks at Atapai like, "Do something, or I will."
Great, there's no reason to cause a problem right now. They're just asking us to line up.
Yep, this will only take a second. Don't worry about it. Standard operating procedure when you enter NELQUI'S domain.
Atabai will follow suit. Just kind of like, okay, it's not that big of a deal.
Ari just like
standing in
stands. She's like, then everybody can move around me. Like I'm not
Right.
moving anywhere.
Sure.
The world revolves
Ari.
around Ari.
Mm-hmm. She certainly thinks so. So
Hey, her.
well, everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story.
She's
right?
like, my boyfriend is the god of
I mean,
death.
Ari doesn't
Excuse
see
me.
herself as a
Well,
heart.
Do you know
Ari
my
doesn't see
boyfriend?
herself.
My
Do you know my
boyfriend's
boyfriend?
back and
He's
you're
the
gonna
god of
be in
death.
He was on
trouble.
Ellen.
My boyfriend judged Ellen.
Right.
When she died?
Okay, so you guys line up,
Jeez.
right? Ellen doesn't exist yet, and maybe never exists.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
So you guys line up, and around Ari, and they start inspecting you. And honestly, it's like the kind of weird, like touchy-feely inspecting, right? Where they like squeeze your biceps and then like look all over, like put your eyelids like this. How much do you take of their inspection? Like how grossed out by it are you? Like how do you react?
How do can I make a self-control roll?
I
I'm
don't
just
know what
kidding.
that would be exactly.
They're
but-
fine as long as they don't go in the no-no square.
The no square.
Well,
Bob,
right.
don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Right. And they probably don't do that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. I mean, honestly, anyone who wants to can make an insight roll onto like their reasonings for this, like what exactly they're looking for and stuff.
Oh,
Clearly.
I know.
I'm trying to go and roll Darius. I'm
think-
just curious if you'd also.
I think most of us might
Oh,
know.
yeah.
They're looking for
Well,
drugs.
Clearly, Darius is the most insightful one out of all of us. So when Darius rolls a 2,
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
I literally knew that was gonna happen as soon as you started saying that. I was like, I bet you it's gonna be a crit. I bet that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, so
That's
all
awesome.
of you understand. Like it takes maybe a couple moments, but you all understand. And maybe they're muttering to themselves very slightly, but you pick up a few words and like that you basically get that they are sizing you up and looking at you for the quality of. I mean, it's probably easy to understand given your knowledge of the Seven Serpents. They're looking for how good the meal you would be, right? They're basically not only going through like physical health and like is this person good to eat just generally like physically, but also like is there anything interesting magically happening with these guys? And it honestly seems like they probably have some sort of magic at their disposal. One of them casts like detect magic or whatever, right? And is like looking at all y'all and your stuff and being like, oh, okay. And I think eventually, all the guy who's been talking, right? He nods to himself and says, I think all of you are cleared for entry. Certainly, you may enter at your leisure.
I was gonna say with Darius, like Darius is a meaty boy.
So
He's
So
good.
what
He's
you're-
gonna be some good eatings.
what you're saying is they're trying to figure out if we're a snack.
2 C's, yep.
Darius is not a snack. He's a 9-course meal with
Yeah.
a side of magic.
I mean, it legitimately seems like, and honestly, with those insights, it definitely seems nefarious. Like it's like to the point where their immediate assumption is you showed up as a sacrifice, and you all are going to walk into the city and be eaten. Like that, your inevitable fate is being eaten by NELQUI. Like that is their assumption. That is the assumption they're making.
So our strategy is to convince NELQUI to want to eat evil dude that we're trying to stop.
Well, no, because that
Help
would
me
just
out.
make her more powerful, and then that wouldn't be good.
Hey, it's eat or be eaten.
Look, if we're the person who gets more powerful is the person who's literally too lazy to do anything,
That's a
You're
good point.
not wrong.
like out of all of the 7 serpents, this is probably the safest bet. Like, what are they gonna do? Eat the rest of the universe?
Probably.
Eat the cycle?
Probably.
Be hard to get through the spokes.
Maziel's name is Feaster of Worlds. Just a reminder.
I know.
Oh, so
He
now
knows
we got to make this a
Devourer.
competition thing, right? Like, you gonna let him up eat you?
I think you could only eat 3 cherry pies in 10 minutes. But Mazio could probably eat like 7. I don't know.
What if he's too lazy to compete though? What if he's just like, you're probably right. Meh.
Say, hey, if you don't eat all these things, then he's just gonna eat them, and then you won't have anything to eat.
Okay, well, we're going in.
Don't you
All
think
right.
your brother would be a tasty meal?
So it looks like to you, right? Like once you actually get closer, you see that there is what is it called? the rivers. No, the rivers that the things that you thought were rivers are honestly much more shallow than you assumed. And it honestly, the more you get a look at the city, the more you realize that it's like a drowned city, right? The city was built and drained, like the swamp was drained, whatever was done to make sure the city could stand. And then it just got left to just slowly be retaken by the swamp, right? And so it's not so much canals, right? From the distance, that's what it looked like, but it's not so much canals as literally just the river has overtaken the city and started like going through the streets again, but like not enough that like you have to swim anywhere. It's just like you're wading through, waist deep water at some places. That's probably as deep as it gets throughout the whole place. Like there'll be some land, there'll be some buildings, and then there'll be a street that's just flooded. So as soon as you guys start, like, and I guess my question is, like, I assume you just leave the boat there then at that point and then just kind of trudge through the city. Yeah. Okay. So you guys started doing that. And would everyone make a wisdom save for me?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Remember your plus
Just
5.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing this. Is there a reason that my proficiency bonus would be doubled on my wisdom things? 'Cause I was trying to look through to figure out why that might be a thing.
I feel like that sounds right. It sounds like a thing that has happened at some point. I just don't remember
couldn't
how.
figure out like how that would happen, and I just don't want to like keep rolling these wisdom things with like a plus 12 if it's not supposed to happen.
I mean, I feel like that sort of thing would only happen if you actually like did it intentionally, right? Like,
I guess, but like I was looking through the player's handbook and I couldn't.
Oh wait, a plus 2 to your wisdom?
No.
double
Like my
proficiency
proficiency bonus is doubled on my wisdom skills and my wisdom save.
The only thing I recall you doing was reading that one book, but that just gives you a plus 2 to your wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I don't know how it would happen unless I went in and did it.
Gurno's in chat. Does that sound familiar to you at all, my Australian friend? Because if it doesn't, then we probably should take that off because that would kind of be insane.
I know, that's why I was just like looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if this is right.
Because I know you have advantage on wisdom saves because of the orb.
Yes.
And con saves. You got an increased wisdom from that book you read.
Yeah.
You used your moon boon on damage immunities.
Yeah. But
What other magical stuff?
I don't have anything written down in my little orb cheat sheet.
Yeah, I didn't think it was an orb thing anyway. Just go ahead and take it off. That doesn't sound right the more I'm thinking about it. We can always put it back if it's
I don't know how it happened.
Yeah. That's right. Cool. So, would you like to make that wisdom save?
I'm trying to figure out how to here. I'll make it and then you just subtract 6 from it.
Got it.
Could it be one of the things?
I would like to just point out that with Darius's plus 5, I basically rolled a 14.
Yeah.
I hate 14.
Right. Okay, so this is what happens. You guys start dragging yourself through the city, and at first, like, it's just rough going because you get tired out when you're trudging through waist deep water. It's just a thing that happens.
But I can walk on water. I have my ring of water walking.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, if you do that, either way, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I guess okay, you'll understand how that makes sense anyway. So you guys are trudging through, and Raya and Atabai, you feel fine. Everything is great, right? You're just walking through the city, making your way downtown, walking fast, doing your thing. And you guys start seeing groups of people of all sorts of races, right? Varied races. You see Yuan-Ti, you see Genasi, you see Tabaxi. They all start just kind of intermingling, some of them in groups that are like, similar racially, but others that are just kind of random, either on their own or just randomly mixed. And they're all just laying around, right? They're just doing nothing. Some of them have plants growing on them, right? Like some of them are literally just sitting in a pool of water with only their mouth. Like some of them are literally like just their mouth and nose are kind of like peeking out over some water, and they're laying in water. It's kind of disturbing. And but the thing is, Darius and Ari, the longer you guys trudge through this, the more tired you get. And I think by the time you realize that it's not just because you're trudging through or it's just some natural thing, it's too late. And you literally get to a point where you just stop. And from your guys' perspective, you guys are just so tired. You just don't want to do anything. And Raya and Atabai, you probably like are trudging forward, and then you just notice that they've just stopped, like standing in this waist deep water, and they just aren't doing anything.
So Darius missed the wisdom save even with the 17.
Yes.
Dang. Wow.
Also, I realized that the plus 12 is right. I'm just silly and didn't realize my proficiency bonus went up and my wisdom score is that high just because I'm really good.
Whoa.
So it is right. So I actually got a 33 on that wisdom save.
Nice.
Okay. You guys, are you coming?
All right, just like.
So this entire time, Ari and Darius, you can, if you are pressed very heavily, you may respond with one word answers. Other than that, like you have no ability to take any initiative for yourselves whatsoever, right?
Got it.
So there's no other like technical condition for this?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not being frightened or charmed or any of that stuff. It's it's something completely different than all that.
So she just says, tired.
Ooh.
So I can't move at all, and I can only respond in one word.
You don't want to move, right? If and I'll tell you this for free. Like if Raya or Artabai like grabbed you like by the arm and like dragged you along, you would follow because it would be easier for you to just go along with them, like just kind of like being dragged, than it would be for you to resist. So it's literally just you have no like motivation or initiative to do anything.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
So it's me
See,
on a
this
Monday
is what
morning.
we in college would call apathy.
Yes, exactly.
That is
Apathy is the word, for sure.
Yes.
Complete and utter apathy.
I thought the word was Monday.
Every day's a Monday when you're in college.
That'd be a lot of the same class over and over again.
Sometimes
So
it feels like it.
I guess that's happening. It'd just kind of be like, I think something's off with
Would I be able to like
Ari.
roll a check to like to make the connection between all the people laying around and them kind of getting tired?
It's pretty obvious. You know what's happening. Like there's obviously some sort of magical effect that is like over the entire city.
There's something in the water.
It's not in the water, but yeah.
Well, there is something in the water. It's us.
Fair, yeah.
Although I'm sure that there actually is something in the water.
It doesn't matter. Actually, do I still have my ring of water walking? Did I give that up?
I think you do.
No, I still have it. Okay, just making sure.
So I just kind of like look back and go like, come on, guys. And like, I guess I'd grab Ari's hand and be like, what are you doing? Come on. We're going.
Tired.
Wait a
Come
second.
on, Darius.
Does Buck come in here with you? I forgot about him.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely he would.
Okay, so let me make a save for him then.
Wow.
I mean, there's no reason he wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Where? Oh, here we go. Dragons. What did I I say he was? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Wisdom save, and then +5 from you, Darius.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's a
yeah,
20.
he fails.
What?
Yep.
Fails with
Oh
a
my
20?
gosh, he fails on a 20?
Mhm.
You guys,
The DC was 25, by the way.
Oh, I
So there's literally no way I could have made it unless I like got a natural 20 or well, I guess a 19 for me, but yeah. Oh my god.
I just made it with the. I just barely made it.
Yep.
Well, with the +5, I guess helps, but still.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
I was made for this city.
Same thing for Buck, right? He just.
How is it that I rolled a nat 20 on freaking insight, but then I roll a stupid 6 on wisdom?
Yep.
Oh man, I should have used the lucky dice on that. Oh well. Probably wouldn't have helped. I don't have good wisdom save.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still had a 50% chance to roll better than a 7. Well,
Yeah,
I guess it wouldn't have helped much.
this is the
though,
thing,
right?
right?
It really
You're-
wouldn't have helped much because I only have
Yeah.
+2, so I would have had to have gotten like
It'd be very unlikely.
I would have had to roll an 18, 19, or 20. Like
Yep.
yeah. No.
So, I mean, the main two options that you probably see, Raya, is you could, if you have any sort of high-level magic that you prepared for today, you could try to, like, remove a curse or something if that's what you think is happening, or you just drag them along for now.
I think I might have some rope.
That's what I was about to
You just
say.
want to tie them to you and then just keep
Tie 'em
rig-
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that works.
Yep, I have some rope.
As long as they have
Yeah.
some sort of force, like pushing them, pulling them forward, they will go along with it. Like,
Yes, I think I'd like to have that, like each of them tied to a single point, and then one
Yep.
rope coming from that.
I just wish that this rope would become a magical item. And it's like the end of apathy or something. I don't know. Apathy's end.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. This would be called Apathy. It would be called Apathy's End.
So yeah, you go ahead and keep making your way through the city. So obviously, I think as the further you get into the city, and you can obviously see where NELQUI'S like
Good job, Caleb.
palace or whatever, right? Like the center building of the city. You can see that. And it's very similar to a lot of the other places. It's like in on an island. This one has been made by just swamp gaining control, but that is definitely the situation. And the closer you get to it, the more tired you get. Raya not to buy, you can resist it as long as you're here. You're immune to it now. But you still feel it, right? You can still feel this kind of like overbearing weight. It's the feeling where you've stayed up for 36 hours. Your eyelids really want to close. They just feel really heavy. But you guys are bosses with will, so you guys can just press onward. And I think a couple things that you notice.
Who's Will?
Would
Will, I am.
Atabai and Raya, would you make perception checks for me? I'm just curious how much you notice as you go through the city.
Yeah. Also, my passive perception is 16. No,
Yeah.
let's see.
21. What's the +5 for all, Jordan?
Saves.
Yep.
Saves. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Atabai, you notice that there is a large group of tabaxi, all seated together, lounging about, and you recognize one of them.
Really?
It's one of the people from Tepin's village who you thought died.
I did thought they all died.
Yeah.
Like me as a person thought they all died.
No, I know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't seem possible, but there they are, sitting there covered in a bunch of mushrooms, right?
Trying to think of how Tepin would respond to Ut. Wait, I forget. Have we established Tepin, who's in the ring, can't see out of or anything like that, right?
I don't think so, no. He can communicate with you, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I could talk with him though too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, give me a second. I'm trying to save this file before in case my computer crashes
Yeah.
again. It's not saving. Come on, save. I don't want to lose 2 hours of work again. So I do need a name for this next part. What's the name gonna be?
Oh, the name of this guy? Yeah. Let's do a name generator, shall we? That was weird. One of the things that came up when I started typing in Aztec names was Aztec names for dogs. That was that's a frequently searched item.
Now I want a dog named Kalima. That would be so weird, but so funny. So, because my main point was, I don't know if Atabai would necessarily recognize them because he can't see them.
Yeah.
He's never seen them.
Okay, this guy's name is Teitaka. Teitaka. Teitaca. Teitaka. Yeah, he's just laying there. What'd you do?
I'm gonna write this down. Well, I'll obviously I would say I would talk to Tepin and say, Tepin, someone from your village is still alive. It's Teitaka, I believe. And I'd say Tepin probably doesn't really respond.
Yeah,
if you want to give a response from Caleb, I was gonna say I can't.
Oh, from Tepin.
I think if you want to give a response to what Tepin would say or something, I don't know. Just so I'm not talking to myself.
I was definitely waiting for you to just talk to yourself. Yeah, I mean,
So
I was gonna say probably Tepin would say, because it does make sense for me to play Tepin in this situation. He'd probably say something like, "They all died. There was no one left."
Apparently not. And we'll just kind of close it at that, just so it's not too much. So, as it gets closer, kind of, Atabai keeps looking. Is like, okay, is that really him? Is like, no, that's really him. That's really Teitaka.
Yep.
And so he's gonna kind of turn to the other. He's gonna turn to I guess just Raya, because no one else there is really gonna be very responsive to him, and just turn to Raya and say, "Give me a second." He'll walk up to Teitaka. So look at him. He's just laying on the ground, covered in spores.
Pretty much, yeah. His fur is all completely, soaked wet. This is the thing. It doesn't seem like any of these people are malnourished. You'd think if they've been laying here for a long time that they would be, or that there would be dead people or corpses around, but there aren't any. That's something you notice.
Teitaka?
Doesn't answer.
It's me. It's me. It's me, Tepin. He pauses because he doesn't know who Atabai. Saying that's not gonna make anything easier.
Do you want to make a charisma save to see if you can that can shock him into being?
Push Darius close to you.
He is.
That works.
And I have a plus 10 to this. This is gonna be
drag
plus
around
15
Darius.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ring around the Darius.
Another crit.
So with
35?
that critical, I think literally what happens is he immediately snaps out of the lethargy thing. He just what is happening? Why am I Tepin? What are you doing? What am I doing? What is happening?
I was about to ask you. What's happening here?
And
What's the last thing you remember?
He's looking around at all the other tabaxi around him, and it doesn't seem like they're obviously not from your village, but he just looks around and is like, what? Tries to shake one of them. What is?
And I just grab him. Teitaka, what is the last thing you remember?
I remember traveling with this band of tabaxi, and we were searching for help for anyone. The undead. They were killing us. They were hunting us down.
Wait, the undead. How long ago? Because Ataba's wait, this sounds recent.
We sought for help, even from a
How long?
seventh serpent. We thought that NELQUI'S could. How long have I been here?
What? How long ago did the village get attacked? How long ago did the village get attacked?
I mean, how long ago was it for you in real time?
It's about 10 years.
10 years. I mean, he would probably say,
Approximately.
10 years? I didn't know that you survived. How did you escape?
I didn't know that you survived. How did you escape?
I asked you first.
Like
I was gone. And he seems to like not want to exactly say why he was, but he's like, I left the village for something, and then when I came back, death, destruction, and I fled.
Same.
Make that deception check.
I mean, I have advantage because he's wait. Do I have advantage because he's
Yep. Mm-hmm. Any charisma checks?
What was the exact thing?
Yep. Any charisma based checks.
Yep. Well, no, I have written down advantage against any check or save against a tabaxi.
Yes. So yeah, this counts.
So whatever. So deception.
Whoa, well, a good thing you... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Crit fail 25
I rolled...
or success 26.
Or 26.
I mean... Well, I guess...
can't roll lower than a 10, so yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's not going to be able to get any higher than that. So I'll just leave it. So, yeah, he believes you. And then he just says, I don't understand. How... What is happening to them? To me, brushes off, like grabs like a piece of mold and just throws it off of him. Been clinging to his fur.
I think you are here to be eaten.
Am I a tasty snake?
I knew we shouldn't have trusted her. I told them the 7 serpents wouldn't help. Well,
told who?
The tabaxi here. I only was traveling with him for a very short amount of time. I've been wandering for years now. Tepin.
Same. That's true.
Yeah. How do we help them?
I think that's what we have to find out.
I mean, gotta put them out of their misery.
I mean, Atabai, you probably know. Like, obviously, it's probably NELQUI'S that's doing this. So if you kill her or stop her or whatever, then they'll all be freed. But...
That's it. That's why I'm saying. I think that's what we have to find out. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Is it going to be tell her to stop? Is it going to be kill her? Hopefully not the latter. So, like, he's quite literally like we need this person's help, but at the same time, we can't just ask her to give up all her food.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah, I mean, what do? Do you just say like, come along with us? We're going to talk to NELQUI'S right now.
Yeah, like it's like come with us. Like we need to try and
look. Well,
like,
all
we need as
to
much help as
do-
we can get, and you obviously don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
We need
I probably
to-
that's what I'd actually say. It's like here, come with us. We'll get you out of here.
We need to convince NELQUI'S to be, instead of becoming like slothful, just to become like the CrossFit trainer of all the land.
So definitely not vegan then.
All right, work it, ladies. Just ooze like going up and down. Cool. So you guys just like continue trudging through the swamp city with this guy in tow. Okay, cool. So it's not too much later than that you see Zaman. He's laying there, like staring into the eye which sees into the void, looking like he's in this lethargy spell as well.
Can we
I just turned around. I'll grab another piece of rope.
Wait! Didn't we leave Zaman? I'm confused.
So Zamon's headed out to try to find the other members of the Burning Sanctum who had survived, and it looks like he found this
freaking
instead.
Zaman.
I know.
Hate that guy.
Walk over and like slap his face and see what happens.
He's like the freaking comedy relief. What is this?
Like, you literally just keep bringing him into all of our situations. You're like the unwanted guest that we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
He's the cabbage guy. He's the cabbage merchant.
Ryan, do you want to make a charisma save for me?
A charisma save, I guess.
Okay, nothing happens. He just goes back to staring into the eye.
I have an idea.
Can I try and take the eye from his hands?
If you do, he just stares at his hand.
I think what I'll do. What level was Zaman again?
I mean, he was rather powerful when you guys met him, but like, yeah. And I've been leveling him up somewhat with you guys.
Okay, here's the way to do this, because you say like Raya slaps him, and then nothing happens, and Tevin just goes and takes his claws and slashes him across the chest.
Sure, you want to make a charisma save, Atabe?
That's the reason I was going to do it, so because I have a better charisma save, I think.
What do you say though, Atabe? Actually, I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. I can roll a 14. Actually, is that +5? So 19?
It's still not enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not. If he was a Tabaxi, it'd be better. Oh no, because I rolled 2 14s.
It'd be exactly the same if it was exactly.
14's the worst.
Yeah. So you do that, and so Atabai, he doesn't bleed. Like so Zaman never wears a shirt, right? He never wears a shirt. He never wears shoes. He would not be able to go into any restaurant. So you slash him across the chest. It obviously looked like you wounded him, but like, and so you can see inside, like you see blood in him. Like it's obviously the wounds themselves are red, but he doesn't it doesn't bleed. It doesn't come out.
So it seems like he's in some sort of like magical stasis.
Yeah, like there's obviously some things that don't like completely like become paralyzed, but like a lot of weird things like probably eating, drinking, bleeding, being wounded, like any of that stuff, it just doesn't work when you're here. Affected
it's like she's refrigerating or freezing her meals.
Yeah.
Yes, literally that's what it is. Yep.
Basically. All right. Cool.
So this isn't a cesspool or a bathroom. It's a freezer.
I mean, it's a really gross freezer, but yeah.
I mean,
it's a gross magical freezer. It's a gross magical freezer swamp. Yep.
Gross magical freezer swamp.
It seem like once you snap out of the magic, like once, like you stay snapped out of the magic.
It doesn't seem like Teitaka is going back. So that seems like to be the case.
Guys, do I want to waste a really big spell to get like all the people out of this? Possibly.
Let's wait till we talk to the girl, because here's my thought. If you do that, she's going to be less likely to help us.
Really? Because what if she tries to eat us and then we can't do anything?
Yeah. Another note too is that there are like Zaman is next to a group of Genasi. Like other Genasi that are also just kind of like laying around. He seems like he's at least found his people, not his people, but his people.
My thought is for him.
Yeah.
We either take her food, or I don't know. That's just my thought. If we make her, we don't want to do that yet, because I feel like if we do that, it will make her less cooperative.
Yeah.
Like, why would I talk to you? You guys just...
Yeah, but the thing is, we're not going to let her eat us anyways. So why would...
Us?
You know...
But we have all of...
We're going to let her eat Zaman? Like,
I mean,
you know?
maybe.
Like, I don't... Like, why would we let her eat anybody?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you guys have changed somewhat from your season 1 through 4 habits of killing...
Yeah.
Well, no, honestly, season 1 through
Finally,
5 habits of killing all of your allies.
After we realize that killing people doesn't get you to like them, it just makes them dead.
Killing people is bad?
Raya, would you make a perception check for me?
A perception check.
Yep. Something you can notice here.
Okay.
Oral killing people is
I'm not good
wrong.
at active perceiving. I'm only good at passive perceiving.
Yeah, you don't notice something.
Yeah,
what do you do?
The other thought is we could always use the threat of releasing all of her food as bargaining power too. She's like, hey, you help us, we could release all your food. We can make them all run away. But that might make her mad too. But I mean, I don't know. They're just, I can see why releasing everyone
I have a feeling
us.
that she's gonna be so she's so lazy that she just isn't gonna care. She's so uncaring. I don't think she would care if we unfroze some of her food.
Some of, all of is a different thing.
Well, no, I don't think
all of
Raya
is a
has
different
the
kind of food.
capability of unfreezing all of
Whoa. Well, I think I can though.
Well, really?
That's the thing.
Okay, then I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if technically it would work or not.
Well,
but
then let's do this. Let's kill her, free everyone, and just get them on our side. We're their new rulers.
I mean, that
how
could
many
work.
people are here?
How
A lot.
A lot. And honestly, would anyone can make an insight check if they want to. Not anyone, but Raya or Atabai, I suppose.
Okay.
Because there's something I think you could realize.
26.
32.
Raya, okay. So
we've had a lot of crits tonight.
I think you noticed something, Raya. There's no one in this bubble who is not under the effect, right? There aren't UNT guards wandering around looking for the choice morsel to bring to NELQUI. Your guess is, now that you've gotten a good look at the city, your guess is she hasn't actually eaten anything in a while. So there have just been people who have come into this bubble and it just kept piling up. There's a pile up here that your guess isn't normal. Just because, I mean, crit success on an insight, like, you get that intuitively. Like, if NELQUI is regularly eating, this shouldn't have happened.
NELQUI is sick. And not in a cool way.
She got, stomach pains from eating too much.
Interesting.
All interesting theories.
She got caught in her own spell.
Okay, yeah.
What specifically is it you are thinking of doing, Emily?
Anti-magic field.
Oh. How much?
And it lasts
how far is
for
that?
an hour. It's a 10-foot radius sphere around myself, but it lasts for an hour.
Oh,
so I get to run around the whole place.
That's true.
Oh.
That's why I was asking, if you're released from it at one point, do you stay released from it? Because if I take away the magic, in the area and then run by, will it just... They just have to make another save.
Yeah, Raya, with that 32 insight, I think you understand that most of them would probably be free. There are probably some who are really weak-willed who would fall under it again. But there's what it probably is once you save, you're much more resistant to it the second time, right? That's kind of the idea. So it's not like you're completely immune, but that plan will probably work.
Question. Well, actually, here's my thought. What's your...
Man, what a jerk move.
Running...
Open her refrigerator.
What's your running speed?
30.
Okay, because here's my thought. Well, I know mine's also 30. But I can also dash as an action.
Yeah,
so my thought is there a way...
I can also dash as an action?
No, as a bonus action.
As a bonus action, rather, he says, yeah.
I can go... Here's my one thought. If we...
Yeah, can you
Mariah is
cast it
pretty
on
heavy, though. No, because you couldn't do that, because then it would cancel out as soon as it goes on me. As soon as she's in the anti-magic field, my thought is... I don't know.
No, that's not how that works.
What?
Well, here...
Raya, can you cast anti-magic field on another person?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I figured as much.
And the point is mute.
So my thought was more so...
Yeah, because target is self.
Got it. Just a note here. You probably could figure out a way to do it with the orb.
My thought was more so
right, yeah.
Essentially giving her a piggyback ride.
What's your strength, Atabai?
+2.
I mean, it's not terrible.
She's got heavy armor on, though.
That's exactly what the problem.
Right, could take her armor off and then just get a piggyback ride from Atabai around the whole city.
Because I get that
be a kitty back ride.
Can't one of you cast haste or something like that?
No. because it would
It wouldn't-
immediately
the anti-magic
the
field would
effect would go away
would go
in
away.
the anti-magic field.
That's why I was saying like it would have to be a piggyback ride.
Yeah.
Kitty back.
Yeah, so should we do this first or should we talk to her first? I think maybe we should see if she's like sick or something. Because something's not right.
Another thing to consider here, though, too, is that if you don't do this now, Ari and Darius will still be under the curse, and whether or not you as characters think that's fine, it also means Alyssa and Jordan don't get to do anything for a little bit here.
Yeah, but because I'm just trying to think like
I'm hanging.
if
Right, I know you guys are good sports, but
we just like find out what happened, like go talk to her for a second, and then I can start the anti-magic field with them too.
Oh, like you're saying, like use it like around her in case there's something going on with her too, maybe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Ari's not going to say much in front of her, right? Because Ari has learned to keep her mouth shut because she sucks. Darius might have something to say,
Primordial.
but like Autobai is going to be the one.
everyone can speak primordial now. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm fine with waiting until we get there. That's no big deal. I was just thinking, like, would you actually do that though? Like, would you wait, or would you be like, no, we should have like all of our guns in, like going into like see the seven serpent? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we did go in just us two to the other one.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
And you have your
But
best talker.
we also,
Yeah.
yeah. No kidding. Originally,
I know,
it
but
was-
I'm just trying to think. Do I use?
Oh, that's.
How long would it take me? How big is the city?
how big is not Arendura City?
How long would it take me to run around the whole city? Would I still have time by the time I ran around the whole city to then get back in there still with the anti-magic field or not?
You're gonna make me do math, Emily. Why?
I mean, so here's the other thing too that I just think, like, just something to consider, right? So if you don't do this now and she says like, hey, if you do this, like I won't be your ally, then like that's something
my
to consider.
concern. That was my original concern.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is the opposite. So if you do it now and be like, oops, we're sorry, then rather than hey, we're your ally and now we're gonna go backstab you by like getting rid of all your meals, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather like do this now. Well, I don't, but then it could make her an enemy, I guess. I don't know.
More of
Just
like
pointing-
going up and being like, hey girl, what's wrong? You haven't been eating. Like, is everything okay?
Because chances are, if she doesn't even need this much food from what we've realized, then most of the people would be set free anyway. So,
Or she'd just say, bring it all to me now.
I don't know, might get a tummy ache that way. Maybe that's how she got sick the first time.
Don't we have a certain friend that we've tried to kill but keeps coming back?
Which friend is this?
The friend that was a very he was like
Charmer?
the great. He was a snake at one point, and it was the great
Oh, Tuhunapu?
Tuhunapu.
Oh yeah, the guy who regenerated into a weird snake worm thing and then died again.
Yeah.
What about him exactly?
Yeah, this
Like-
one's like,
Yeah, so he's still like, as far as we know, still doing his Tuhunapu thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being alive and not dead like we'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait. No, he was. I don't know. I was just wondering if maybe he was involved with any of this.
It kind of seemed like he was pretty chill with where he was at when we left him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I just remembered that we had that one encounter when, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these names confused. When Seth's current character was like, "Yo, chill."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of that whole thing at the Coliseum. That's right.
No, that was a different thing. That was Tapioca Man. I know it's Tapioca, but I prefer saying Tapioca.
I'm trying to.
I'm waiting for Caleb to do math.
I know. I'm.
If you just told me how big the city was, I could have done the math.
It's about a square mile.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how. So a square mile is 640 acres, which is an actual measurement that you could find out how long it would take to like run through. I'm just trying to figure that out.
1 square mile divided by. You say it's a 10-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
So pi times 100. Oops, the wrong direction.
Oh, but I guess an acre is some area measurement too. Never mind.
So that would be. Oh wait, no.
I was just gonna go by like I can run 60 feet every 6 seconds,
Okay.
which means I can run 36,000 feet in an hour.
That would be approximately 88,000 actions. No. Feet squared.
How many? How many feet did you say?
I
36,000.
can run 36,000 feet in an hour.
Can we just point out the fact that that's some ridiculous cardio if you're running at 60 feet per 6 seconds for an hour straight?
That actually would be kind of intense.
Like that's
Yeah,
that's
but like
freaking
you know,
awesome.
I have an okay con and like
Yeah.
you know, okay strength.
My math was wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll go back to painting this out.
How many feet in a square mile? That's the real question.
How many people are
No,
running?
I don't want square feet. I just want to.
There are square feet in a mile, though. That's the thing.
I know. But how do we get this to be just like if
Hey,
a
give me a
square
sec.
mile was just one continuous line? How do we calculate this?
That's a different thing. Okay, so wait, let me see. So we got 1 square mile is that many square
This
feet
episode of Terra Nullius is brought to you by math. Your math
divided
teacher
by.
told you to use it in life in the future, and they were right if you play
Wait.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait, you said it's a 10-foot radius, right?
10-foot radius.
Okay, so that'd be a 20. So 1 square mile divided by 20 feet
Mm-hmm.
is approximately 1.4 million feet still. That's not right because that's 2,064 miles.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That might be right though.
That doesn't. I
No,
don't know if that makes any sense.
Help me out. What are we trying to do here?
We're trying
I
to
wanna
figure
run
out how
around the
long
city.
it would take Ryan to run
Run around the whole city,
the whole city.
freeing everyone from the curse.
That might
Okay.
be right.
Okay. So to run around the whole city to free everybody from the curse, and how big? And how big is the city?
So let me say this though. I don't actually think the area you need to run is actually a square mile because the people are mostly clustered in like maybe half
That
of
makes
that,
sense.
right? So what's half a square mile?
A rectangle mile?
Okay. Half a square mile, so that would be
How many?
5,000.
That would be 700,000 feet.
100,000 feet, and then
Because when you think about it, yes, it's it's like 1 square mile, but you're having to run that essentially
But also,
5,002.
okay, but also Riot doesn't have to run every inch of that, right?
No.
There is.
That's why I'm dividing it by 20 feet.
You know what?
Because essentially,
guys, let's just do this. Riot, would you roll a luck save for me? That's how we can solve
find
this.
everyone.
No, and this is just
Wow,
like you
after
can't-
about 10 minutes of doing that, just roll me a luck save,
I'm
please.
just done. I'm done, guys.
wait, because you called it a save, do I get a +5 to it?
You know, we should decide this right now. because I do honestly, when we do the next campaign, I would like to like talk about like making the luck save an actual thing with other things that can happen with the luck save, right? Like in terms of like bonuses and whatnot. So you know what? Go ahead. Sure, I'll let you add Darius's bonus.
Just because this is taking forever.
So D20 plus 5.
23.
Oh yeah,
Barely
for sure.
needed it.
Yep.
Speed. Gotta go fast.
Yeah. Raya, if you want to, you can run the entire city, speed run part 2, and free everyone with this anti-magic feel.
You know, after all this talk, I don't feel like it.
How dare you? How dare you, Emily? You take one step further and you die. You just fall over.
She takes one step further and then she falls to the apathy.
Okay, but really, I think I'd bring this up to Atabai and be like, okay, I can free everybody first, or we can talk to NELQUI'S. I honestly don't know what the better thing would be.
And honestly, I don't know either. Because here's the thing, if we free everyone and things go sour, everyone is now on our side. We have a lot of people on our side to back us up, including Ari and Darius.
Well, I'm wondering if these people are going to be so pissed that they're just going to go and kill her for us.
That is it. Well,
I'm
Like,
also
think
wondering,
about
like,
it,
if
right?
you're
It is
gonna-
literally the exact same thing that happened at the volcano, except it's a different.
like, if we free everybody, are they just gonna?
they might not
They're
come
not
with us at all.
necessarily just gonna be on our side.
Yeah.
No.
They might
And
not
then
even
most of
stay
them were
ar-
like,
Let
I
me-
came here because I wanted to get eaten. Gosh.
So let me do this. If one thing you could do, so if Raya wants to run through the whole city and free everybody, we could have Atabai make a persuasion check to then, as you're running by, right? And he can run faster than you, so we could literally have him like get into a brief conversation with every group of people that you free, explain to them what's going on, and then say we're marching to NELQUI'S or whatever you want them to do, right?
Oh.
And Atabai could probably get the whole city on your side to do something. Like, guys, we're level 17 now. Like, this is the sort of stuff that can happen.
That
like,
might be, honestly, that might be the best option. Because even if NELQUI'S doesn't help us, then we got a whole bunch of friggin' people on our side.
I definitely did not expect this to happen, but here we are.
Okay, guys, I'm using my 8th level spell.
Speed run through NELQUI'S.
I
So,
want some really cool music to be playing as I run.
Cool
Okay,
music,
but
not
seriously,
circus
like,
music.
if
No,
I
like
went-
the Sonic song.
oh, right.
You know?
Yep, for sure.
Sonic Hero!
Gotta go fast. So, gotta go fast.
Gotta go
Gotta go faster,
Faster,
faster, faster, faster.
Go,
Sonic.
go.
And that's just
what a
on
good
loop for a full hour.
It's one of those YouTube videos where it's just like the Sonic X theme for an hour.
It's like the not Nyan Cat song. Like
I was about to say, after like 40 minutes, they throw a Nyan Cat for once, and then it goes back to Sonic.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh, Caleb, you should after the campaign is finished, you should make a video and upload it, and the title of the video needs to be Terra Nullius, but it's a speed run, and it's just like brief moments of like the whole campaign. So it's like you have arrived on this island, and then
Yeah.
Darius dies, and then you guys
Yeah.
get the orb, and Darius
Terra
is
Nullius in
alive
3
again.
minutes. Yeah.
It's like Terra Nullius, but it's a speed run.
Honestly, I really want to do that and just like go to the
Well-
most climactic moments, clip them.
yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
just
that would
need
be
to get like all of those, and then like all like the amazing quotable moments that we have. Like, oh my gosh, yes, that would be great.
See, that's the issue. I should have been doing that this time, listening through it, but I can't now.
How dare you? Now you
I
just have to
bet-
watch
guys,
it all over again.
I have made so many notes, though. So many notes.
You know what we should do someday? When we're all together in person,
Mhm.
we have a marathon.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No, no.
Or we watch everything at 2 times speed.
That would
That's
still
still
take
too much.
weeks.
Yeah,
Jordan,
I know.
it would, yeah.
I know.
Not enough. No, what we need to do, though, is once the campaign's over, we need to watch the fountain together. because that's the movie that inspired the campaign.
I was actually thinking about that like literally like 2 days ago.
I was
like,
wondering what the movie
that
was
movie.
called that you was.
We might be able to watch it in person soon.
I
Well,
will not have time to watch
Yeah,
it.
Caleb is
yeah.
not going to have time to watch The
Guys,
Fountain with us.
I'm gonna get there Thursday night. Like it's gonna be. I'm gonna have no time to do anything except just like speed run the wedding, like get it
run
all
the
ready, right? Get everything ready. Anyway, so all that being said, Atabai, if you want to do that, you can. What do
Yeah.
you want to convince them of? Right, like what's the plan here? Because
I
you
have
could certainly
advantage
just
with-
get an army, right?
I have
But
advantage with some of them.
I think I'm gonna let you get advantage just because of that, right?
We just freed them from their
yeah.
magical apathy.
You say
Wait. What is the person's name? Ma something. Them.
Nelqui.
Hey, Araya,
Milkweed?
you know what we might do real quick, Jordan. You know what we might do actually instead? Maybe instead of making this ridiculous, what if Raya, and I'll just let you have this. What if Raya just uses the orb, and then just poof. Oh, except you want to convince them. Never mind. That would work.
Yeah,
better
I was like, but that
Yeah.
gets rid of the
That
half
would
the
just-
reason we're doing it.
That would create chaos.
Yeah.
You just
you're right,
run
you're
around screaming, "Milkweed burgers are people!"
What?
As in burgers that Nelqui is gonna eat are people,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. I
Is
heard
it
Nelqui
only-
burgers as like we were gonna eat.
Like, yeah. Nelqui's burgers. There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Oh, you guys know what I'm referring to, though, right?
No.
It feels familiar.
Yeah, Soylent Green, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever that
No.
movie's actually called, though.
Yeah.
No clue what you're talking about.
It's a classic that I've never seen. I just know about.
Basically, it's kind of a meme, or no, it's not even a meme. It's like kind of like how
Pop
Arnold
culture
Schwarzenegger.
phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a pop culture thing. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger ought to be back. It's like whatever the restaurant. It's like the big mystery is, I don't know. We'll say Super Burger. Super Burger is people, and because they would make their meat would be made from humans.
Oh, fun.
So
It sounds vaguely familiar now that you say that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
what-
I mean, I recognize the name. So, Atabai, what do you want to convince them of?
Essentially, that see what's the best thing to convince them of, that Nelqui trapped
Right,
them and
I
we
know,
should
that's-
take her down, or that we need to help Nelqui because
And that is the thing. That is the thing, right? If you did want to do that, and you got them to all kill Nelqui, you got an army now,
I know.
right?
But would they then follow us to help kill another one?
Yeah, that's the question.
If Atabai
I
gets
mean,
a good enough
they just
persuasion
like
roll,
they just all got entrapped by a seventh serpent. I would think that they'd be a little adept to maybe like, yeah, let's like kill another, you know.
and yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
true.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe some of
They're
them
just-
like, we gotta go home. Like,
They're just
I haven't
on, like,
seen
a
my
killing
wife in like
high.
5 years.
Well, even if we got like half of them, that would still be good.
Yeah. It's yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm.
My program almost crashed again.
Yeah, so so the message could be like, Nelqui put you under the spell. We're all gathering to, I don't want to say like march against her, because what if there's a chance that she could still
That's the problem I'm having with thinking of this.
that's why it's like, ugh,
I mean, what if you just say something like, you know, we've come to free you from this spell. Something is wrong with NELQUI'S. We're gonna go figure out what it is. Like, you know, like maybe try to say like, you know, I don't know, like
you know, it's like we gotta fire them up now or they're not gonna be fired up.
Right.
That's the problem. The
This is
best
the
way to
thing,
get them.
Anything is possible with Atabai's persuasion rules. That's kind of what I'm saying.
We'll see. I do have I can't roll lower than a 25.
Exactly.
Here we go. What if we say we're freeing you from this magical effect that Nelquist City had on you guys, and we may be marching on her, but we may just be marching to her and then marching and killing Maziel, another seven serpent who's even more evil, or you guys should come with us.
I have an idea. You are here because you were trapped by NELQUI'S spell, but there is a greater threat looming of Maziel. Join us in marching against him before he destroys the entire world.
Yeah, I mean some variation of those two
Something
things,
like
right?
that.
Yeah, the
Like,
idea is
may not be killing Nelqui along the way.
Yeah.
right.
Essentially saying like, hey, look, this one seven serpent did it to you, but there's a stronger one out there. Imagine what he'll do to the entire world.
And the thing is, there are a lot of Genasi and Tabaxi here, and they certainly would be against the Seven Serpents, right? Now, the Yuan Ti, that's another question, and that's really going to be where the trouble in this role is. But, yeah.
Right. So basically, you're saying that like the Tabaxi and the Genasi are probably going to be like, yeah, okay, like we'll go along with whatever.
Sounds good,
but
yeah.
the sevens, the Yuan Ti are going to be a little more
this.
hard to convince. They may have chosen it.
I mean, no. They definitely wouldn't have chosen. Well, okay. Some of them may be fanatics, sure. But most Yuan Ti are ambitious and self-centered, right? So at the very least, they wouldn't have been about Nelqui doing this to them, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to attack her or Maziel.
I didn't say anything about nothing I was saying was about attacking her.
No, yeah. I get that, yeah. But yeah, they would be the ones to like kibosh this plan, if anyone. So, but you can certainly make the roll, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
33.
Wow. Okay, I was gonna ask if you wanted advantage, but
I already said I already had advantage.
Oh right, yeah.
It won't even matter.
33. Okay,
I rolled an 18. That's
Yeah,
almost as good as I could roll.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, this is the thing. This is, if we really think about it, it's a very difficult thing to do, right? So I think this is not as good as you could have got, right? This is not a good, like, if you had gotten the 35, if you had gotten the full, like, total crit, then everyone's on your side. This is more like the stragglers, the people who aren't totally about this, who have their own things and want to get back to them. They either split off or they cause some trouble, which is quickly put down by the other people, right? But the large majority of these people are on your side.
I mean, we don't want the lazy people, so that's fine by me.
Yeah, it's fair. You just don't have quite as large of an army as you could have had otherwise, right?
How big's our army?
I mean, a lot of people, right? I would say in the hundreds.
It's more
right,
than
and this is the thing, right?
10,000 people, maybe more.
These aren't necessarily like all grunts or whatever, right? Some of these are high-powered people, and so I think there's obviously Ari, right? Ari, Darius, and Buck are freed from this as well, and so my question is, Raya, are you going straight to Nelqui after this because you want to use it on her too, the anti-magic field? Is that what your plan was? Or do you want to take some stock of the situation and like talk to people and be like, okay, here's the plan, let's do it?
I thought I was the talker.
Right, but there's a momentum to this crowd that could work to your advantage, but there is also a momentum to this crowd that could be uncontrolled if it's allowed to just push forward, right?
Fair.
It's there's weighing your risk and benefit as to whether or not you're marching with pitchforks and torches on Nelqui, or if you're gonna like be like, all right, we got the army together, let's talk strategy. With persuasion, either of those would work. It's just what you want to, try.
I mean, I'd for sure like if she starts with us, I'd be like, Zaman, and I'd and ask him like, who did you find here? Like,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that first. Raya starts running around the city.
Yeah, there's two other people who can be talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well,
and
then give Jordan and Alyssa a moment since we had
there you
one.
go. Yeah, so Zaman comes back to you and he's like, Kizine, sit, Kate Lolly. What? I saw them. They were.
I think like
Darius
Darius is like right in front of him, and he's just like not about it. He's just like, and like slaps him out of it as he's like, coming to. He's like,
he's probably also like, right,
yeah. That's actually what it does. So he's like, ow.
Darius like slaps and heals like
can't heal you because I'm in my anti-magic field. Sorry, Zaman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
can't
Like
heal
a
him either.
D4. Like it's not a lot of damage, but
Yeah.
Right, but it still stings. Yeah.
yeah.
I
But yeah,
don't need to slap him. He got a
That's fair,
sword
yeah.
slap.
That's actually probably what happens. He starts saying all that stuff, and then he randomly just like, "Oh, ow!" Right, and it kind of snaps him out of it, and he says, "Ari, Darius, what are you? Where am? What happened?" And then maybe Raya yells back as she runs away. No, Queen, put you under a spell.
Well, no, you can probably hear me saying that
that's
to
probably-
everyone.
That's because there's a group of Genasi right there anyway. That
How dare?
Yeah. All I remember was being really tired.
yeah.
What are
me
you
too.
doing here?
Well, the eye, and he launches it's on the ground or whatever, and he picks it up. He's like, the eye showed me. I used it to scry, and I saw that Kizine and Kitlali were alive. And
Which one were they?
So I know I figured you wouldn't recognize him. Kizine is the death.
No,
priest.
the names. I forget who they were.
He's Kizine is like the guy who looked like Monkey Atso, but he was the priest of Shablanke.
Okay.
And Kitlali is Nahuatl's little sister, the one who is like
the one that Toity tried
the one
to
that's cursed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The one that's like, I hate you.
Exactly.
Yep, her.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like they're alive and they were in some sort of sewer or something, and I tracked them here, and then magic thing.
Well, then they can't be very far. Raya,
yeah.
I guess, is doing something, and then we just hear that. No.
Yeah.
I think she's freeing everybody right now.
Freeing everyone?
I guess so.
Are we sure that's the best idea?
It was the best option we had.
Yeah, and Atabai. So I think this first group of Genasi you're talking to.
Mhm.
Yeah, Darius.
Can I make like a wisdom save or something so I can try to piece together what they're doing?
I think
An
you get it.
intelligence save, maybe.
Nah, I think you're fine. You can figure it out.
Okay.
Atabai is right there. He's explaining it, sort of thing. So real quick though, Atabai, you're talking to this group of Genasi, and they're all like thankful, like, oh, okay, awesome. We'll join you. We'll make sure everybody gets freed from this. Like that's awful. And then one of them seems kind of like troubled, right? And he's like, who are you exactly?
And I just turn to him and say, that's not important right now. Right now it's important that we band together before it's too late. And I start to walk off because I got a bunch more people. That's like I've got a bunch more. Say something along the lines of, I have a bunch more people to talk to.
Yeah, he frowns and then he looks over at you guys, and Buck is like, kind of shaking himself awake as too, right? And this guy looks straight at Buck, and then his eyes widen. But
I listen to your
doesn't...
SoundCloud.
Big fan. Please send my audit. Please send my journal.
Yeah, you all see him. I think he's pretty obvious about it at first, and he just like his eyes widen, and then he tries to cover it, but they're all coming out of the lethargy, so it's hard. They're all kind of like just reacting and without really thinking about it. So
I mean, does Ari catch it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, Buck, do you recognize that man?
Buck frowns. No, I don't.
All right, I want to like go up to him and be like, I'm sorry. Do we know you?
So Ari, remind me, you didn't have. Actually, no. That question is gonna give away this immediately.
Oh no, not good.
Sorry, what was your question again? I guess. Sorry, I was trying to think of.
I'm sorry. Do we know you?
Right. Okay. He frowns and he says, "No, you don't. But I think we might need to have a conversation anyway."
Okay. It's a Genasi, I'm assuming.
It's a Genasi, yeah. I've used so many and Mesoamerican names that I'm running out of them at this point.
Well, okay. Here, I've got a question for you, Caleb.
Yeah.
With all these Mesoamerican names, what sense does it make that there haven't up until this point have not been any two names that are the same?
It's I get that, but like also this is like stories don't repeat names on purpose because it's confusing, and we just suspend our disbelief that there aren't people with the same names because it's easier that way.
I mean, I just feel like at this point we might be able to recycle a couple.
Technically, Teppan has been reused. Teppan is the name of the hunter from the original party that Itkali was with.
Oh yeah.
And then it got reused with Seth's character.
Okay.
I'm
just saying we can.
I know. I get it. I also want this guy to have a cool name. So
okay, that's fair. Him of Levi's.
All right, this guy's name is Mane. M-A-N-E.
Money. I was literally about to say that, but I was muted. Dang it.
It's the money attraction.
All right. Next campaign, every character will be named Bob, and that is it.
Wait.
All time.
Can I also be Bob?
Sure. Yep.
I too am Bob. We are all Bob. Maybe that's like the end of the campaign. Like there's some weird thing happens where everybody is just Bob.
So Mane, he introduces himself, right? He says, "My name is Mane. I was actually, let me just double check my notes real quick. What exactly he says here? Yeah, he says, I came here specifically to kill NELQUI'S, and I think I can help you with what's happening here." But he keeps looking at Buck though, and then he looks back at you, Ari, and he says, "Do you know who he is?"
Yeah, he's my friend. Why?
Are you positive that you know? You know that he's a void dragon, yes? And
yes.
He's like, oh.
Yes, I made him into one.
His eyes widen, and he says, "You did what?" Well, I talked to the moon goddess, and we kind of
so like Ari just like because she like says it right because like that's just what Ari does, and then she like, "Is that something I'm not supposed to do?" Oh crap!
Yeah.
She's just like, "I made him into a he was a pterodon, and I turned him into a void dragon," and then she kind of like she does the like because so her skin is normal, except like when she gets cut or something like that, then it turns into dragon scales. So she like takes out a knife and goes like, and like shows him like her own like dragon scales.
Oh shoot! Now we're fine.
Yeah, he just like kind of seems to chew his lip for a second. You want to make a charisma save for me, Ari?
No.
I'm just curious, like how your initial Darius has been next, so you get a +5 on this. I'm just curious what your initial like first impression with this guy is, and how much he would share with you because of that.
Oh, jeez. Okay. This isn't gonna go well. Oh my gosh!
So many crits tonight.
Crit 20. Whoa.
I don't care. Are you kidding?
Ari, you're gonna care. You're gonna care about this. This has irreparably changed everything about the game. We're definitely gonna be having to have a conversation after this about what I talked to you about.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says to you, "I'm a golden dragon."
Oh.
And he says, yeah, and he says, I had true sight on, which is why I knew I naturally have true sight, which is why I knew exactly what he was. I can tell that you've been touched by God and the God of dragons. I'm from a different cycle. Do you know what any of this means?
Yes.
Oh wait, what does he say when he sees me? If he has true sight.
I mean, true sight is like, lets him see magical effects and stuff, and then who you like if you're shapeshifted or whatever. I don't know if he would see anything like immediately on Darius that would be like.
Well, because Darius is also from another cycle, and he's been touched by divinity.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's been paying attention to Ari specifically because of dragon stuff, right?
Okay.
But he does glance at you, I bet, and he's just like, and you were touched by the god of death. Okay, we need to have a conversation.
Oh man.
How do you know about the cycles? I thought that was like a, in party kind of a thing that was only between us.
I thought we were the only special people in the world who got insider knowledge into how the cosmology worked, which is not largely true. So what happens is he says, "I'm a traveler, capital T. There are a few of us around, people who didn't get resurrected and brought here. When you're resurrected, of course, most of your memories don't survive the trip." But there's a way to do it, and where you're intact.
Okay, so you're like Darius then.
More like Darius is sort of like me.
Got it.
And he says, "I've been traveling as a genasi for a while now, trying to figure out what's going on here."
Well, we're trying to save this last cycle, is what we're trying to do.
Yes, that's what I'm here to do too. Problem is, I let my how do you say this? I let my righteous indignation get the better of me, and when I found out what NELQUI was doing here, I decided to kill her, to end this, to slay the evil that she is and what she's doing here. But I don't know how it happened, but she got me. She got me with this. I guess I was just a little bit too arrogant.
Don't beat yourself up. She got me too. So
yeah, and he asks, what day is it exactly? What's the date?
March 11th.
What year?
What is it?
1493.
1493.
Crap. I've been here for far too long.
How long you been
2
here?
days.
He's like, I've been here for 2 years.
Okay.
Already.
I'm sorry. What?
This is not good. You need to fill me in on what's been happening.
Hold on. How long has it been since we picked up the orb, or since we went to since the expedition began?
Not that long.
2 years.
Not 2 years.
Not
Yeah.
even a year.
Yeah.
Like maybe half a year at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
it
even.
hasn't been that long.
It
I
was
wonder-
November, October. You started like middle of October.
I mean, before I just like spill everything to him, I want to be like, I mean, I know you're a dragon, so like clearly you know, and like you know the god I'm talking. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I can trust you, but I feel like maybe Ari just like just skeptical she is, maybe just needs to like, I don't know, take a step back and just be like, hold up, before I just like spill all my information. I'd like,
Yeah, I would also love to think that like during this entire serious conversation, we just randomly see Raya just like running back and forth, like.
Yeah,
Does he
totally.
give me any sort of weird look as I'm running because he can see?
I don't think so.
I mean, like, I don't know if I need to make like a wisdom save or something. I don't know. It just like, or not a wisdom save.
How about I have him make a persuasion check?
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess.
Right, that's probably what's happening here. He's trying to convince you of his like goodwill. Let me figure out what he'd be rolling here.
Roll it against
Nice.
against Ari's medicine check.
Actually, don't have a bad medicine. I've got a +2.
Don't really.
I mean, I guess that's bad for level 17, but yeah.
25 work?
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. I mean, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think she goes through like the whole spiel of like, well, the god of Darius died, god of death died, my boyfriend took over, the whole spiel.
He listens patiently. He doesn't
As
react
Ari like stumbles through this story because she doesn't tell it very well at all.
She tells the speedrun
She
version.
only says exactly. She only says the necessary details. Raya has the orb. She's the guardian. So
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah, and he's
She
crossing his arms.
obviously keeps this hushed. It's like two of us.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
not saying this from any other genasi or anything, but
Yeah, so he's definitely just like thinking all of it through, and he says, Okay, I really need to message you something, Alyssa.
Okay.
I needed to talk to you about this, but I need to ask
I was
you.
like, this
I was
is why
not,
we should have talked beforehand.
I didn't realize it was going to come up this soon. You like this. I didn't realize Raya was going to free everyone with an anti-magic field.
You should.
And you were going to crit success on your
Sorry,
charisma
I
save.
think too big for you.
I know. Okay, the crits. Okay, I can't blame you.
You know what we should do? Let's do this. Guys, let's do this. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. And so Arya and I can have a conversation. This is going to take too long to type out. And we'll come back and we'll figure out what's happening here.
Okay.
Stick around. More Terra Nullius to come.
After this.